ankles on, and you can do this. You believe in yourself. Come on, believe in yourself. Go! Be patient, Mattie, and you push, push! Trust your legs. Everything you want right here. It's right here, Mattie. You dig deep and you fight. She was just rotating. Can you please ask? No, can you ask? Because they rotated.
So what a jury does, they're sort of adjudicating the referees. They have the ability to agree or disagree with what the judges put in as their decisions on a lift. And they have the ability, therefore, to override a lift if they disagree with the judges. It was a crazy situation. It all could have been changed if we had a challenge card, of course.
But the Pan Am Federation deemed challenge cards unnecessary, even though they're commonplace at any continental championship. And in a sport that's meant to be objective, where every kilo will always weigh a kilo, athletes need every chance they can get to increase their total fairly. And without these cards, coaches are unable to get the jury to check to see if the judges were being truly objective.
There's no challenge cards here.
And with each day and each lift drawing closer and closer to Paris, these athletes know that this is Going into this competition, it became very evident that every spot is up for grabs. Nothing is set in stone. And after 30 plus hours of travel, athletes have landed in Bariloche, where they'll eat, sleep, and train until they take the stage. Some athletes will get longer than others. In Jourdan, she'll only get 2 days.
When I got to Argentina, I started to feel kind of like a head cold kind of symptoms, so just a lot of pressure up here. Not so much a sore throat yet, but I could tell something was coming. The whole time I was there, I was just kind of in denial about how I was feeling, but I was really confident in how my body was feeling, and training was going really well while I was there. Obviously, when you're starting to feel sick and you're like needing to perform at a high level, there's some doubt that creeps in. I've had really great training for 14 weeks and there was no way I was going to let like any kind of sickness get in the way. But then I woke up on competition day with a fever.
So you had like a fever and all that?
Yes. I actually woke up on competition day to look at my Oura ring, and the data on the app was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, I just put that away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the 49 kilo weight category here in Bariloche, Argentina. This is the showdown between Jourdan Delacruz and Hayely Reichardt, the two Americans competing for a spot in Paris. We're going to see Hayely Reichardt come out for her opening attempt, 83 kilos on the bar. This is the heaviest Hayely has ever opened. Hayely currently sitting as the leader in the Olympic qualifying ranking system for U.S. athletes. And no lift for Hayely Reichardt at 83. Hayely's current total is 194 for the OQR. Jourdan Delacruz coming out for her opening attempt at 83 kilos. She currently, of course, sits behind Hayely Reichardt in the OQR for that American spot in Paris.
Step one.
And that's a beautiful opening attempt for Jourdan Delacruz at 83. We're going to see Hayely Reichardt come back out at 83 kilos for her second attempt, try and put herself on the board and keep pace with Jourdan Delacruz. See if she can maintain that lead in the OQR. She had to duck walk that a little bit. It looks like she's going to come up with it. That's a good lift for Reichardt on her second attempt at 83 kilos, putting herself onto the board and in contention here at the Pan American Championships. Delacruz coming out for her second attempt, 86 kilos on the bar.
Big push into the ground, lots of finish. Go get it. Back to your finish. Let's go.
And that's a beautiful lift for Delacruz at 86. Puts a lot of pressure on Reichardt. All right, 86 kilos on the bar. Now for Hayely Reichardt, her current best is 84. So she's going to have to hit a 2 kilo PR if she's going to stay in contention with Jourdan Delacruz here at the snatch portion of this competition. It's a big lift for Hayely. And that's the best lift of the three, and that is a good lift and a new PR for Hayely Reichardt at 86 to keep pace with our Tokyo Olympian, Jourdan Delacruz. Jourdan going up to 89 kilos. 89 kilos for Jourdan Delacruz's third attempt, a weight she has done before. This would give her a commanding lead going into the clean and jerk portion of this competition. Oh, no lift, lost that behind. Our athletes go into the clean and jerk portion of this competition tied at 86. The pressure is on Jourdan Delacruz. She's going to have to out clean and jerk Hayely Reichardt if she's going to displace her on the OQR.
I think snatches for me is just like, I'm capable of snatching high numbers. For clean and jerks, I don't think I've ever really pushed those limits.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jourdan Delacruz coming out for her opening attempt at 105. $105 kilo first attempt for Jourdan Delacruz.
Up, up, up. That's it. Hey, fast hands, big step.
Nice, strong opener for Delacruz at 105 kilos. Put herself onto the board. Reichardt is going to open at 108. This is just 2 kilos off of her current PR. So Hayely coming out very aggressively on her opening attempt here. Bounces out of the bottom. Beautiful jerk. That's a good lift for Reichardt on her opening attempt at 108. Along with that 86 kilo snatch, that is a 194 total for her, which is what she currently has in the OQR. Jourdan here on her second attempt with a 109 kilo lift will put herself ahead of Reichardt, not only in this competition, but in the OQR, which is really all that matters in the grand scheme of things, because the Americans are doing very well in the Olympic qualifying ranking system in the 49 kilo weight category. So the showdown between Hayely and Jourdan is just so important.
Step 2, your weight, let's go. Up, up, up. That's it. Hey, big chest, fast hands.
And that's another good lift for Jourdan Delacruz at 109 kilos, putting herself ahead of Reichardt on the OQR.
Pressure's on, yes ma'am.
Hayely's got 2 lifts to give, so let's see what she's going to go up to. Looks like she's going to take 111 kilos. This is a PR for Hayely Reichardt. She's going to need a PR to actually put herself back in front of Jourdan Delacruz in this competition and in the OQR. Huge lift again for Hayely Reichardt. And another beautiful jerk for Reichardt, and that is a PR clean and jerk and a PR total for Hayely Reichardt to keep herself ahead of Jourdan Delacruz. All right, we're going to see 112 kilos on the bar for Jourdan Delacruz, and that's a PR attempt for her. This is a huge lift, not only to put herself onto to win this competition, but to keep herself in front of Hayely Reichardt in the OQR and try and guarantee that spot at the Olympic Games. These two athletes are just phenomenal, and this competition is just unreal. Here we go, Jourdan Delacruz.
Go! That's it, fast hands, big step, get all of it.
And she's done it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 112 kilo American record for Jourdan Delacruz to put herself ahead of Reichardt in the OQR, trying to guarantee herself a spot at the Olympic Games.
Yes, I have done 112 multiple times. I was trying to contain this cough that I had been holding back for 2 hours. And then also Hayely still had a third attempt. Looking back, super happy and grateful to have hit 112 in competition. But in that moment, like, the competition was still going.
One more shot for Hayely Reichardt to come out 113 kilos on the bar to see if she can answer back and take that spot back from Jourdan Delacruz.
You good?
I just had the worst cough attack.
I saw.
Like I was holding it in for 2 hours.
For a short time, Jourdan can enjoy the rest she's earned. But not for long.
It feels like we can do it again.
For the next year, Jourdan and Hayely will be going back and forth and trading punches, trying to get on top at the end of the qualification period. But Jourdan and Hayely need to worry about more than just fighting amongst themselves, because there are other competitors out there that are just as hungry to take a spot.
And here we see Danielle Gunnin as she gets ready to open up here at the American Open Finals in 2022 with a 95 kilo snatch. Danielle trying to make a qualifying total so she can go to Bariloche in March for the Pan American Championships. And it's a beautiful opening attempt for Danielle Gunnin at 95. See her bump up to 98 kilos for an American record attempt. Taylor Wilkins, currently our American record holder at 97. Danielle dropped down from 64 down to the 59 kilo class in an attempt to make the Olympic team in Paris, since the 64 kilo class is not an Olympic category. So she'll be going head to head against Taylor Wilkins for the next 12 months. It's no lift for Gunnin at 98. Danielle trademark smile coming off the platform even after a miss. Danielle describes herself as a cockroach. She's lived through a lot of adversity and always just seems to come back stronger. And every time she gets frustrated with training, just continues to push forward and grind through. And I have the distinct feeling we may see this cockroach live in the sun for a while because she's really shining at the moment. Danielle Gunnin, third attempt here at the American Open Finals, 98 kilo American record. And there it is, a new American record for Danielle Gunnin, 98 kilo snatch. Well done by Team Cockroach.
You need totals, obviously. At bigger competitions, there's more on the line here than just making a team, but we have a different goal. It's those stepping stones, and that's what we've been focusing on. So AO Finals was just hit a total that's decent enough to get you on a team. I don't have to be number one, I just need to make a team.
Danielle's not alone in the 59 class, however. In a small town in Florida, Taylor also wants a shot.
I'm Taylor Wilkins. I am a weightlifter and I lift in Vero Beach. I just moved here.
Why did you just move?
To lift full-time. I had a full-time job and I quit my full-time job and decided to make a run at this next Olympics. Like, I've never been one to... It's always been in the back of my mind, like, the Olympics would be cool. I'm not one to make it my whole entire life. So it was really weird to quit my full-time job to come here. Probably back in like February, we just had a couple life things going on when we were in Texas. I was like, let's make a change now. And so that's when I was like, I'm gonna leave my full-time job and weightlifting's gonna be my job and I'm gonna take this more serious and I think that I have a shot. So I guess just this year it was like, oh, it's here. And I decided to make a run at it.
And Taylor's no stranger to the international stage. She has medaled at the past 3 Pan Ams, all at 59 kilos. And she competed at this past Worlds. But it doesn't matter what you could do. What matters is what you can do now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The 59 kilo battle between Taylor Wilkins and Danielle Gunnin. Taylor Wilkins coming out for her opening attempt at 92. Taylor, our current leader in the OQR, with a total of 217. Taylor's best snatch is 97. Gunnin, of course, just set the American record at 98. And that's a good opening attempt for Taylor Wilkins at 92 kilos. Gunnin actually looking to secure funding at the Paris A level from USA Weightlifting, so $3,500 a month stipend for the top 10 athletes in the for Paris A level funding. Danielle's looking to secure that with a 212 total today. Opening up at 96 kilos. So just a couple kilos off of her American record of 98. We'll step forward. Good lift for Gunnin at 96. That will bring back Taylor Wilkins for her second attempt at 96 kilos. And that's a good lift for Wilkins at 96. Taylor Wilkins coming out for her third attempt at 98 kilos. This is the American record that Danielle Gunnin set at the American Open Finals last December. And this is a PR attempt for Taylor. And it's going to be a no lift for Taylor Wilkins. We're going to put 100 kilos on the bar. This is an American record attempt for Danielle Gunnin, as she tries to put some space between her and Taylor going into the clean and jerk portion of this competition. Again, Danielle looking to secure funding. She has left her full-time position to pursue her dream as an Olympian, and so this funding will be a great way to offset what used to be a full-time job. That's a good lift for Gunnin at 100 kilos. Fantastically done by Danielle Gunnin. Gunnin's going to come back out at 103 kilos for her third attempt. And that's going to be a no lift for Gunnin at 103. She'll be credited with her second attempt at 100, which of course is an American record, and takes a 4-kilo lead into the clean and jerk portion of the competition. Unfortunately, Taylor would not post a total today, as she missed all three of her clean and jerks at 2 at 119 and 1 at 122. Danielle would go on to hit her opener at 116, a second attempt at 120, and then miss her third at 122. Her 120-kilo clean and jerk, however, did set a new total record. So the total record of the United States right now is 220 kilos.
You're in the game. Great job. Great job. Great job, Coach. Great job. That was fun.
Absolutely. It's very fun.
The 2023 World Championship is on the horizon, and while Olivia has her spot secured on the team, Kate doesn't.
My spot for Worlds, as I'm aware of, is pretty confirmed. It's between Kate and Meredith for the second spot.
Worlds are guaranteed for us right now, and that's the big one we have to get into. So it's a battle right now between Meredith and Kate. We're always looking to increase the total, and we want to get that 250 total plus. So this is another opportunity for us to do that.
We wanted to go to Pan Am's at 76 because we didn't want to do another weight cut in Cuba right after Pan Ams and then before Worlds, we wanted to stay in training weight and then train through Cuba to Worlds. But that kind of became a necessity because Meredith went to the Arnold and then beat my Worlds total. So I had no answer to that. So I was obviously not gonna make it as a 71 anymore with Olivia and Meredith as 71s. I think like Olivia and I have had a good thing going. And I really enjoy competing against her. When you're neck and neck with someone, it just breeds this hyper-competitive atmosphere, and I live for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The showdown between Kate Vibert and Olivia Reeves to determine who gets to go to Paris in the 71-kilo weight category from the United States. Kate's going to open here at 104 here at the Pan American Championships in Bariloche, Argentina.
Hey, step one. Respect it. Let's go. Push. Wait. Good job.
And that's a very strong opening attempt from Kate Vibert to put herself on the board. We're going to leave 104 kilos on the bar for the opening attempt for her teammate, Olivia Reeves. Olivia is entering this competition ahead of Kate in the Olympic qualifying ranking system. She's going to try and maintain that lead here in the Pan American Championships. 104 opening attempt, Olivia Reeves. And Olivia answers back with a 104 of her own. Beautiful lift for Olivia Reeves. Puts herself on the board. Competition is absolutely fierce here in the Pan American region. In the 71 class as well as so many others. We're going to see Kate come out for her second attempt here at 107 kilos.
Earn the third one right here.
Kate's best is actually 112, a record, the American record, which she set in Pattaya, Thailand back in 2019.
Let's go! Come on! Respect it now, big finish. The right way. Attack it, let's go.
Wobble a little step forward. Looks like that's going to be a good lift for Kate Vibert at 107 kilos. All right, 107 is going to remain on the bar. That is going to bring back Olivia Reeves for her second attempt to see if she can keep pace with Kate Vibert, knowing she can probably keep up with her in the clean and jerks and maintain that lead in the OQR. Second attempt, Olivia Reeves, 107 kilos. Oh, that's a no lift for Reeves at 107. Actually, something of a rare miss for Reeves. She's going to go up and take 108 to see if she can put herself a little bit ahead of Kate Vibert in this competition on her third attempt. It's a big, risky move. All right, here we go. 108 on the bar. Olivia Reeves' third attempt. Vibert with a lift to go. And that's a beautiful lift for Olivia Reeves for her third attempt to put herself 1 kilo ahead of our Olympian, Kate Vibert, who is going to go to 110.
Let's go. Your turn. Your turn. right way, Kate. Let's go.
Here we go. Kate Vibert, third attempt, 110 kilos. To give herself a 2-kilo lead going into the clean and jerk portion of this competition.
Attack it now. Let's go.
Mentioned earlier, 112 is Kate's best. She's a couple kilos off of that. And she's done it. 3 for 3 for Kate Vibert on her snatches today. A 110 snatch to give herself a 2-kilo lead against teammate Olivia Reeves going into the clean and jerk portion of this competition here at the Pan American Championships. Angie Palacios from Ecuador hitting 111. To win the snatch portion of this competition. Put herself a kilo ahead of Kate, 3 kilos ahead of Olivia.
Overall, I feel good. And I do think the surgery was the right move now that I'm on the other side of it, you know? So my 107 was not very good. And I've been doing that a lot in training where I'm like running it forward for no reason. And that just has to do with me learning how to be patient and not getting on my toes too early and throwing the bar in front of me. So that is something that we're definitely going to be working on from now on. But 110, I was super confident because I'd done it in training, a week before? And I think it went up just about as good as any 110 I've ever done. Yeah. So that was also a confidence booster, like, oh, if I can do 110 like that, like 115 doesn't seem too far off into the distance, you know? So I'm excited to start pushing those high-end numbers again.
To your chin, Kate. Let's go. Power it. Good start.
Right, here we go. Kate Vibert coming out for her opening attempt in the clean and jerk at 134 kilos.
Attack it now. Let's go. Up, up, up. There we go. Straight up and down to the ceiling. Push.
Oh, a no lift on her opening attempt for Vibert at 134. Here we go. Olivia Reeves coming out on that same weight, 134 kilos. Opening attempt for Olivia Reeves. Currently sitting 2 kilos behind Kate Vibert in this competition. And that's a beautiful opening attempt for Olivia Reeves at 134 kilos to put herself on the board. She's still 2 kilos off for total from Worlds. Here we go, 134 kilos on the bar.
Let's go.
Kate Vibert is our athlete's second attempt. With this lift, she'll put herself back into the lead at this competition, although still behind Olivia in the OQR. This is an important lift, though, because this puts her ahead of Meredith Allwine, who just totaled 243. So Kate now totaling 244.
Your way. Let's go.
Guarantees her continued spot on the international squad.
Up. Hey, let's go. Get your air.
I had to fight that a little bit, moved forward. Looks like a good lift at 134 kilos. And that's a good lift. Puts herself onto the board and puts herself back in front of Olivia Reeves in this competition. With one attempt to go, Olivia still with 2 attempts left. All right, Olivia Reeves coming out at 138. 138 kilos. This will put her ahead of Kate in this competition. Keep herself ahead of Kate in the OQR. It's a big lift for Olivia Reeves. Oh, that's a no lift for Reeves at 138. Now that gives us a chance to see what Kate Vibert is going to do. Kate is also going to come out at 138. Keep in mind that if she hits this, now she goes ahead of Olivia Reeves in not only in this competition, but also in the Olympic qualifying ranking system. Because with this lift, she'll now have a total of 248 compared to Olivia's 245. And puts herself back in the top spot for going to Paris. It's a huge lift for Kate Vibert. And looks like she's done it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a good lift for Kate Vibert, giving herself a 248 kilo total and putting the pressure on Olivia Reeves to see if she's actually going to attempt an American record for her third attempt. And it looks like she's actually going to take 139 kilos. 139 will put her into the lead here in the clean and jerk, but still behind Kate Vibert in the total and in the Olympic qualifying ranking system with a 247 total. And that's a good lift for Olivia Reeves at 139. That actually ties the American record, which is currently held by none other than Meredith Allwine. Worldwide, that puts Kate in fourth place overall.
Might as well get something fun if we're clothesless in Argentina.
Large looks like it might be too big though. All right, I'm just gonna get these black. These are mediums, but it's fine. And then I'm gonna X-nay on these because I don't trust those.
Okay, you gonna try those on?
Nope.
You're gonna X-nay on these?
Yep, unless you wanted them.
No. It's gonna be real embarrassing if you split your pants the first day in the training.
It's accurate.
So when we left Houston, we checked in our, when we left Florida, we checked in our bags to Houston and then off to Buenos Aires. But when we got there to Buenos Aires, her bag wasn't there. So when she tracked it, it was still in Houston. And it has all her clothes, all of her toiletries, her food, basically everything that she packed to bring except the stuff she needs to compete in. So now we're shopping to find her clothes. And hope that the bag comes in a couple days. So typically we try to make sure the athletes pack in their carry-on, like their backpack or their carry-on roller bag, anything they would need to compete. So their singlet, their belt, their knee sleeves, anything they need on competition day should go on a carry-on bag, because in situations like this, sometimes bags get lost, and at least now she has her competition stuff. There's been situations where athletes check their competition stuff and their bags get lost, and then they have to try to borrow shoes and borrow a belt and borrow singlets, and it's not their own stuff, and then it's just really throws you for a loop. It already throws you for a loop to not have your things, you bring specific things that you like on a trip, and she doesn't have those. So it, has definitely started the trip off with a little bit of stress, but we'll make it work.
How much did that cost?
$400.
For just one day?
Yeah.
Okay, well now we really need to hope your clothes come.
Sporting is brutal, even in the most beautiful of places. And while Mattie's shoes, her belt, her knee sleeves were all with her, the small things, like having your own clothes and having your own food, was not an option.
You don't feel pressure.
I don't feel pressure.
I feel pressure.
Because, well, first of all, I don't feel pressure because I know what she's prepared to do. And if we can just go in and treat this as like a nationals, for example, or just a meet where we're going to try to do a good total, and if we can keep her in the mindset that like, hey, this is just a meet to come and have a good day and just make lifts that I've been making in training, that isn't a lot of pressure. Like, we don't have to come here and fight anybody or fight to stay on a world team, you know, because the worlds this year, if you're not on the 2023 world team, you're not eligible for the Olympics anymore. And there are people on Team USA who this meet, if they don't make that world team, they're done. And so that to me is a high pressure situation that fortunately we don't have to deal with. To me, that takes a lot of the pressure off, that it's not like do or die. We've had so many situations in the last year where international competitions are do or die, and this is not one of them, and I feel so like refreshed.
So glad you feel that way, because I don't.
Basically, the goal will always be to like do a little bit better at each competition.
And move up on the ranking.
Move up on the ranking. But the sooner we get this total that we know that we need, then that's gonna relieve a whole lot of pressure.
And what total is that?
Well, I'm not gonna say that on camera. So then when we sit down and have one of these interviews in like 6 months, we're not like balding with gray hair and like stress wrinkles and no nails and just like panicking.
Yeah, because this one is so different than last quad, because last quad was the average of stuff. This one, you just do your one mythical giant total and you literally could be good. You could coast. Not that we would ever coast.
We would never
in any
coast.
time in our entire lives.
But it would take a lot of pressure off.
Right.
So don't fuck this up for us.
No pressure. This is a no pressure event.
That one. That one is the best chocolate. I'm getting 10 of them.
That's good. That's good for you.
Yeah.
Mine are so colorful. Flowers. Look at this one. This one.
What Mattie didn't know was that we were very close to learning just how little control these athletes have.
All right, here we see Mattie Rogers coming out for her opening attempt here in Bariloche, Argentina. 107 kilos for Mattie Rogers. Mattie has either the fortunate or unfortunate position of being the only athlete in the 81 kilo weight category that is competing for a spot in Paris. Nice, strong opening attempt for Mattie Rogers at 107 kilos.
Mattie doesn't have any competitors in the U.S., at least for an Olympic spot at the 81 kilo class. So all of her competition is international.
Here we come, Mattie Rogers. Second attempt, 110 kilos on the bar.
Come on, you're the best. Up, Mattie.
Mattie's best at 81 kilos is 112, so 110 is approaching her personal best in the American record here. And that's a beautiful second attempt for Mattie Rogers at 110 kilos. And here we go, Mattie Rogers, 112 kilo third attempt. This will tie her American record. Put her in a good position for trying to climb the OQR ranks as an 81 kilo athlete. And that's no lift for Mattie at 112 kilos. She'll find herself in the rare position of not being on the podium here at the Pan American Championships.
I don't think I've ever in my entire career competed in a Pan Ams where I'm not ranked number 1 or 2 going in. And it's very weird. But it's like the top 2 and then the next like 3 or 4 are like exactly the same. So it's like we're very much all in it. And it's never been like that before. It's a whole different experience walking in knowing like, okay, I'm not gonna be following myself, likely. Or there's someone who may be snatching like 125 and I'll be doing my other guys. And like not that has any impact on what I do and like my total, but it's just like a different vibe.
You dig in and you find it, come on!
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mattie Rogers on her opening attempt here in the clean and jerk portion of this competition, 137 kilos. Mattie's best is the 143. That is the American record in the 81 kilo weight category. And nice, beautiful opener for Mattie Rogers at 137 kilos. All right, here we go. 142 kilos on the bar for Mattie Rogers' second attempt. Kilo off for her PR and a kilo off of the American record. This would move her up in the rankings in the OQR. At least give her a higher total.
There you go! Get your air, relax!
No lift for Mattie Rogers at 142. See what she does with her third attempt. Mattie Rogers coming out for an American record 144 kilos on the bar. Again, trying to move herself up in the Olympic qualifying rankings. She does not have another American that she's really competing against, so it's just her against the world, if you will.
Be patient, Mattie, and you push!
She needs this to kind of keep herself on pace for a spot in Paris.
Everything you want right here! It's right here, Mattie. You dig deep and you fight! Get up! Get up! Get up! Be patient, Mattie! Big punch!
And that's a good clean, good jerk. She gets the down signal. And that's a no lift. A no lift for Mattie Rogers at 144 kilos. It looks like the Americans are trying to challenge this lift. Of course, they're not able to do. So Mattie Rogers will be left with a no lift at 144 kilos. She currently is sitting 8th in the Olympic qualifying ranking system. If that lift had been a good lift, she would be currently sitting in 6th.
No, can you ask? Because they rotate. I don't know why they didn't give it to her. I literally don't know. I have no idea. There's no jury here, so we can't even challenge it. So I don't understand why she got no lift. Apparently they said jury's only mandatory at Worlds and the Olympics, and so they didn't have to have one here. So there's no jury to challenge. Typically you can challenge the lift, but there's no one we can challenge it with. So we just have to go with the no lift.
For that they give you right. She never stopped.
But then why'd they give her the down signal?
The down signal, and I could have waited longer. That's why they didn't give it.
When they push the button, they have to give you white. If he didn't push the button, they have not the right to give you red.
And the sound went off. I waited till the sound because I couldn't see what.
I saw that I was talking to them.
Why is our Continental Federation so behind the rest of everybody else?
No ability to challenge, no instant replay. There's no replay ability.
They introduced them as the jury.
Well, they are acting as the jury, just like a jury at like the Nationals, right? Like they are acting as that. They just don't have the ability to do replay. So they're just like, oh, the guy who can't open his eyes is making the replay off of his, because he's so old he can't open his eyeballs. Stupid. He was born in 1777 and is back there being the jury.
I don't think he was reffing. Official from Canada shows me the IWF rule book where it says it's the athlete's sole responsibility to make sure they're motionless when they put the bar down. I'm like, why is it called a down signal then if you're not supposed to put the bar down on the down signal? But no jury member spoke to me. This is just people being nice from other English-speaking nations. The jury's gone. They don't have any video replay at the table. No challenge. They didn't ask the referee, call the referees to the table to question why they pushed the referee. You saw somebody do this?
The center of the jury did this. They didn't even look at him. He was doing this. I looked up. And I couldn't think of the Spanish words to yell at.
All right, well, back to training. Let's go squat.
I just, on the second clean, it like slam dunked me a little bit, and it felt like my ankle initially, but it's like up through here. What did you say? It's sprained or something? And then so the third one that really slam dunked me got it real good. I almost didn't even try the jerk. TBH.
After a controversial blow to Team USA, we still had 2 more athletes to go.
I'm really excited to be here, and so we're like, get this thing rolling because it seems like it's just been like pulled from us, and now you're back in it and have worked really hard. And so I'm feeling super grateful for the opportunity to be here to like coach you.
I'm excited. Yeah, I don't know. Like we said, it's just, this was the next part of the plan, you know? The next part was to be at this meet, and we're here, and now we just have to wait until it's our turn and see what happens.
There's totals we have to hit that would allow you to get a stipend, funding, that is really important. So that's priority number 1. So I think that some people are going to be here and are going to approach it like in a different way. Like if they were at Worlds, potentially they're going for a huge total, or they're kind of training through this. So there could be a number of different things. Whereas we're in a little different boat. We'll see how it turns out. But how you feel on the day. Your training's been amazing, and so there is a pretty decent chance that you go out and have the best day of your life. But there's also no expectation that we have to have the best day of your life in this meet. This meet is get back into the swing of things. You're already qualified for everything else, so it's just check that funding off, move to the next thing. No meet has too much pressure.
Yeah, I want to use this meet too is just to kind of like feel a bigger stage, feel just a little bit more adrenaline probably than normal, like a local meet or a national meet. Just kind of get back into it and be ready for the next ones. Not that this is like a blow-off meet, it's not that at all. I just want to use it to get back into things.
In the scheme of things, like everybody else, they've had a lot more international meets than we have, than you have.
They've had 1.
Yeah, you've had 1. And everybody else has had
a lot.
Dozens. Junior Worlds, people go back all the way to Junior Worlds, Senior Worlds, Junior Pan Ams. People are talking about Grand Prix in 2020, like in Rome, and I heard them on the bus. So this is like continue to gain that experience for your benefit. That would be.
People talk to me about those stories too, and they're like,
Remember that time?
Like at Worlds last year? I'm like, yeah, wasn't there.
Yeah.
I've never been at Worlds, so yeah. I guess that's good that they think I was there.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our 87-plus weight category here at the Pan American Championships in Bariloche, Argentina. Basically, the showdown between Theisen-Lappen and Sarah Robles. And we're honestly not expecting huge numbers out of either one of these athletes today. Theisen-Lappen trying to secure a spot on the Paris A funding list from USAW and needs a 258 total for that, which is very doable for her. She's going to open here at 110 kilos. Nice routine lift for Theisen-Lappen at 110. Again, she's just looking for a 258 total on the day. Probably not going to see any real huge numbers from our American record holder, clean and jerk. Theisen-Lappen back out on the platform, second attempt, 114 kilos. This is actually Mary's first time on an international platform in 2 years. Suffered the injury at the national championships, made the comeback, and is back in pretty fine form. It's no lift for Mary at 114. Mary, our clean and jerk American record holder, at 163. Here she is, back on her third attempt, 114 kilos on the bar. Third attempt, Theisen-Lappen. Nice solid lift for Mary at 114. Nice third attempt. She'll probably open with around 144 on her clean and jerk to secure that funding level. Be good to go. All right, we're going to put 115 on the bar. That is going to bring out Sarah Robles for her opening attempt. Sarah opened at 120 at Worlds, so fairly conservative opener for Sarah Robles.
First attempt, Robles, USA.
And a nice opening attempt at 115 for Sarah Robles. Sarah is currently the leading American in the Olympic qualifying ranking system with a 282 total, currently sitting fourth after the World Championships. And we'll see Sarah come back on her second attempt, 120 kilos on the bar. Sarah's best snatch is 128, which actually ties the American record held by Cheryl Hayworth. And another good lift for Sarah Robles at 120. And Sarah's going to go up to 125 kilos for her third attempt. Again, her current OQR total is 282. And although Sarah routinely snatches in the mid-120s, her opening at 115 indicates maybe she's not looking to put up a huge number today. Oh. And that's a no lift at 125 for Sarah Robles. See the fact that she clearly had that, she knew it as well. So she'll be credited with a 120 kilo snatch on her second attempt. So she brings a 6 kilo lead over Theisen-Lappen into the clean and jerk portion of the competition. the Americans looking at going 1-2 in this competition by a fair margin. Sarah Robles opening up at 145. Again, nothing terribly aggressive for Sarah Robles in this competition. Nice clean, nice power jerk for Sarah Robles on her opening attempt, making 145 look fairly routine. That'll bring out Mattie Theisen-Lappen. I guess she's going to open at 145 rather than the 144 required to secure that funding spot. Again, this is 18 kilos off of her PR at 163.
Toes down, fast hands.
But this will secure her a $3,500 a month stipend from USAW for funding for the Paris A Olympic squad.
Good, elbows.
Very smooth opening attempt at 145 for Mattie Theisen-Lappen, and that will qualify her for that stipend. Always nice to have a little extra funding for making training a little easier. Basically, the top 10 athletes who are on the Paris A list are funded at $3,500 a month from USA Weightlifting to help them offset basically the cost of being a full-time athlete. Sarah Robles coming out for her second attempt at 150 kilos, still maintaining a 6-kilo lead over Mattie Theisen-Lappen in this competition. And really, as these competitions progress, the interesting portion of the competition is how much of a lead can Sarah build in the snatch portion, and then how much can Mattie overcome in the clean and jerks, because that seems to be each of their stronger lifts. Sarah Robles, 150 kilos on the bar. And that's going to be called as a press out. So no lift for Sarah Robles at 150. Again, neither one of these athletes really looking to improve their rankings in the OQR, looking to win this competition, play around a little bit. Mattie wanted to get that funding amount, and Sarah just needed to get it. I think it just needed to get another event in. Sarah Robles coming out for her third attempt, 151 kilos on the bar. And of course, everybody wants to win the Pan American Championship, so Sarah's going to put herself in a very nice spot here with a 271 total. And a much better jerk on that lift for Sarah Robles, and that'll be a good lift for her. 151 clean and jerk, 120 snatch for a 271 total on the day. Hands up, Sarah Robles waving to the crowd. Always quite the sport. And that's going to lead us to 152, which is going to bring out Mattie Theisen-Lappen. See if she can actually overcome the deficit she's in to win this competition, and this will win the clean and jerk gold medal for Mattie Theisen-Lappen at 152 kilos. Nice, beautiful lift for Mattie Theisen-Lappen at 152. She's has to take a 6-kilo jump to go to 158 if she's going to win the overall gold medal here at the Pan American Championships. And it appears that's exactly what she's going to do. 158 on the bar. Mary Theisen-Lappen, third attempt, Pan American Championships for the gold medal here in the total. 5 kilos off for a PR clean and jerk, so she's still well within range here. Again, this doesn't change any of the Olympic qualifying rankings, but Mary has definitely secured her funding spot and has achieved what her goal was today, and actually just getting back on the international platform. Good clean. Beautiful jerk for Mary Theisen-Lappen at 158, and Mary Theisen-Lappen wins the Pan American Championships. Nicely done by both of our athletes. This competition is going to continue to just heat up as the international competitions move forward to determine who of our 87s, our 87 pluses, are going to be going to Paris to represent the United States.
I can't get good footing. I just keep sliding everywhere. Display of my lack of core strength.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah. How many times can you do that? None. One. Did it. Oh, it's so pretty over there. I realized that I was lifting on April 1st, which is like a day that I really don't like. April 1st, 2020, right after COVID started, my dad had a stroke. He did physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all that stuff at home during COVID because he couldn't be in the hospital. They wanted him out because it wasn't safe in there. You could get sick. He's done an incredible job fighting to be back. He's working full time and he's just awesome, and he really is the best role model and hero anyone could have. But even though he's done a great job recovering and he's fought really hard, it's still not a day I like to remember. And my mom's she's if you have anybody to channel strength, your dad is the person to do it, and his strength will be with you and you will be totally fine, and you do it for your dad.
These 10 athletes will get to compete at the World Championship, the first mandatory competition if you want to compete in Paris. And as we leave Bariloche, the stage is set, the contenders are known. And no one is safe.